Secondly, in 2020, we also received reports in some polling stations. There were a number of people who were around and their conduct was intimidating. They were intimidating some voters whom they perceived to be voting for a particular candidate or party. We have that also. There is one of them, I talked to one of the Ugandans who told me, I think he was voting from a polling station in Luzira, that he was made to understand before going to the polling station. He said there is a group of very hostile youth, I don't want to mention the party they say that man said they belong to, who are scaring voters. You come, they look at you with the glazed eyes, hostile eyes, and so on. So this man said, for me, I will die with some of them. He got a hammer and put it in his jacket and then proceeded to the polling station. When they tried to intimidate them, he said, for me, you play with me. Before you finish me, I will have finished some of you. Now, we said, thirdly, we have also said, in some of these polling stations, especially in urban areas, the places are so squeezed. They are so small. That even the distances, if you look at the law prescribes the distance between the first table, the second table, and the third table. The law says the distance between the first table where the voters report and where the BVVK kit and the ballot papers are should be the next table where the polling takes place from where the basin is, should be 15 meters from that first table. Then from this second table where the basin is to the third table where the ballot box is, it should be 10 meters. Then from that one to where the person who is supposed to ink your thumb or whatever it is should be 10 meters. When you look at some of these polling stations, that distance is not even adequate to be strictly adhered to. Now, we say, if a polling station has 600 voters and they all turn up to vote, really, you tell them to hang around. Yes, the law says they can hang around 20 meters away. But even implementing that will be a very big challenge because of lack of space. So either people may crowd on the road, which is leading to the polling station, or they may find themselves positioned in such a way that they will not observe the 20 meters from this polling table. And we're saying that might and another point we pointed out, or we wanted people to appreciate. You have 8 presidential candidates. Each one of them has 2 agents. You have 5 or 10 members of candidates for parliament. Each is entitled to 2 agents. Woman member of parliament, may about 4 or 5. In this sense, you have at one polling station in total about, on average, 15 candidates. Those are already 30 agents. Ladies and gentlemen, already there is a crowd at the polling station. And those are allowed inside the polling station, the agents. The people who are pushing for the people to remain around are saying that you have to remain around to protect our vote, to safeguard our vote. That is the reason they are pushing that keep around so that you protect or safeguard your vote. But we are saying, if your concern is protection of the vote or safeguarding the vote, then there are already people who are authorized in law to do that. And these are the agents of the candidates. And those are the agents who are already allowed inside the polling station right from the hour the polling station opens until counting, until close of the polling station. You have 30 agents. Those are more than enough protectors. Then you have observers. You have accredited observers and accredited agents about political parties. You already have enough. Then we also said, look at it this way. You have people supporting different candidates. It's a high-octane election. The stakes are so high. Every voter believes in the strength of his or her candidate. You are telling these people to be in one place from morning until evening. How are you going to maintain order among these people? How will you prevent arguments and disagreements breaking out among them? How will you prevent them from exchanging blows or becoming violent? As one seeks to say, we have won you, we have defeated you, we are winning here, and an argument. Before you know it, there's a terrible argument, physical fight, and then the materials or the polling station is disrupted. So that's why for us as a commission, we are saying that it would be appropriate if people first went home so that you will leave room for those who have not yet voted to come and vote. Then when the time for counting comes, you can come and stand at the 20 meters and be able to observe how the counting is taking place. But to keep people who subscribe to different political parties, who support different candidates in one place for so many hours, and you tell me that they are going to be civil, they are going to be calm, like we are in a church setting where they say sit down, then you sit. Let us sing this hymn, then you sing. Let us pray, you all pray. Who is going to have that kind of order implemented? So that's why we are saying the commission should not be misunderstood. Let me repeat. The commission should not be misunderstood. When we advise people to first go home, we are saying we want a peaceful election. We want to give an opportunity to every voter to turn up and vote. Can we live a free environment? Can we create a free atmosphere around the polling station that will allow every voter to feel at liberty to come? Because some of them are easily put off, like the elderly, like the women, and so on. They are easily put off by the hostile, charged environment at the polling station. We have noticed that. So please, that's why we are saying, if we are interested in a free and fair election, if we are interested in a process that is peaceful, and if we are trying to avoid, eliminate, or to prevent the possible disruptions that may arise because of so many people who support different candidates being gathered together. You don't even know what some of them are drinking. You see people coming with the plastic bottles. You don't know what stuff they have put there. We are saying, please, let us not cause unnecessary disruption. The law permits you, but be mindful of the current environment and what is likely to unfold if we are not very cognizant of the issues that we have to address. Okay, now, this is very important. Listen to this. Someone asked, I think it was my brother Muhirwe from NTV. You are talking of the National Voters Register. You are talking of BVVK. You are talking of National ID. Then VLS. This is all confusing Ugandans. Which is which? Ladies and gentlemen, the law says for you to be a voter, you must be a registered voter, you must be on the National Voters Register. So the foundation of the exercise of one's constitutional right to vote is in the national, your presence on the National Voters Register. Are you a registered voter? Yes. Are you in the National Voters Register? Yes. Are you assigned a polling station? Yes. Now this foundation gives rise to certain offshoots. One of them is the BVVK. That is an offshoot from the National Voters Register. Whoever is not on the National Voters Register will not be on the BVVK. If your particulars are not on the National Voters Register, they will not be found on the BVVK. That's a starting point. Secondly, if your particulars are not on the National Voters Register, when we are printing the voter allocation slips, you won't get a voter allocation slip because the voter allocation slip is derived from the data on the National Voters Register. Thirdly, the national ID is not issued by EC, it's issued by NIRA. It is issued to persons who are confirmed citizens of Uganda. And if that citizen at the time of registration was 18 years or above, then he or she indicated where that he's a willing or he or she is a willing voter. The particulars of that voter will be captured on the National Voters Register because